Hello, welcome to beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. My name is Todd Reed from DKRentals.net. We are a full-service property management company here in the Atlanta metro area. And today we're going to talk about 5 tips for new landlords. First of all, what's real important that people sometimes downgrade is the importance of having a painted and clean and safe house up front before you put your house on the market. We have some landlords that will say, well, once I find a tenant, then I'll paint it or then I'll finish cleaning it up. But the problem is that you're going to turn away a lot of prospective tenants if the house doesn't look good up front. So go ahead, you're going to spend the money anyway. Go ahead and paint it and have it look clean up front. And quite frankly, a crappy house only attracts a crappy tenant. So have your house painted, clean, and safe before you start marketing. Secondly, make sure you have a strong lease. Don't use a lease that you go out to Office Depot or another stationery store. Make sure it's a strong lease that protects you as a landlord and that abides by the law of your state. Here at DK Rentals use the Georgia Association of Realtors lease, which is tested and true lease. Thirdly is don't cut corners on your screening process. Before you even start marketing your property, have a well-documented process that you're going to follow and then go through with it for every applicant that you have. Don't go and rent to someone just because you feel good about it. You have a good feeling about them. There are some folks out there very good about making you feel good, and the reason why they do that is because they have a crappy credit or a bad history. So even if you have a movie star that wants to rent your house, follow your process. And I don't know, call me some other time and I'll tell you a story about movie stars renting houses. Fourthly, be disciplined about filing for evictions. Follow the laws in your state and don't delay. Here in Georgia, we have rent is due by the 5th. On the 6th, our late letters go out to absolutely everyone. 10 business days later, we file for eviction, regardless of what promises that they've made. The reason you want to do that is that there's plenty of time from when you file an eviction to when the tenant's going to be actually evicted. There's plenty of time there for them to pay the rent if their intention is to pay the rent. If their intention is not to pay the rent, then there's no reason you want to delay. So go ahead and be disciplined, file for that eviction, and then you can pass on those court costs to the tenant if and when they do pay their rent. And last tip for new landlords is to make sure you have a well-documented move-in and move-out inspection form. It's important that for your protection that when they move in, you go room by room, make any notation of any issues or if the house is pristine, and then have your new tenant sign off on that and then do the same thing at move-out, have them sign off on your move-out inspection form. And then, of course, once they move out, you want to send your previous tenant a list of what they owe that came up from those inspection charges and any past due rent. So anyway, those are 5 tips for new Atlanta landlords. We do have a whole nother video on the screening process if you want some more information about that.